everyone, today's video is going to be an update on my entire makeup collection of rolling project pan. So I have drawn 10 items randomly out of my collection and I've been using them up, and I'm going to keep this project going until I have completely used up 10 items. So at this point I've used up 9, so I just have to use up one more, and then I'm probably going to restart this with a couple of tweaks. But anyway, today I update you at the end of every month, so it's kind of the beginning of the next month. We're a little late, but hopefully that's alright. But let's just get into the update. I haven't used a lot of these products because I do a weekly product pan where I draw something out of my collection and I use it for a week. And I've been drawing a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so if I draw that, then I'm not using eyeshadows, and 9 of the 10 products are eyeshadows, but I have them all on my face today. So my first item is from this Makeup Forever palette, and this is what the shadow looked like last week or last month, and this is what it looks like today. So it's this middle shadow right here. I don't know if you can really tell that much of a difference, probably not. I do have this, on my lid today. I do like this shadow. It's really nicely pigmented. This palette weighs 199 grams and it hasn't lost any weight. And these shadows are really, really hard packed. So honestly, I'm not expecting to use this guy up anytime soon. I don't think this will be the one that calls the end to this project, but I am using it and I do like it. Next, we have the Tarte Magic Star palette. And this palette does have some good use on it. So, it weighs the same at 381 grams, and the shade I'm panning is Getaway. So this is where it was last month, and it's right here. This is where it is this month. So you can see that pan has definitely expanded quite a bit. So I'm excited by that progress. Hopefully, maybe next month it'll be gone or close to gone, because once one of the items is used up, I'm gonna end this project. So I am excited to end this project. I love it, but at the same time, it's been going on for over a year. So I'm excited to have it done. Maybe 2. Has it been 2? It's been a long time, okay? So the third item is from the Stila Tin Pan Color Palette, and it's the shade Cassis. So this is where we were. Let me turn up the light a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, this is where we were last month, and this is where we are this month. So not a lot of progress. This is actually what's on my lower lash line. This shade is pretty, but it can look really patchy, so I usually use it as like a liner. And this palette weighs 151 grams, which is the exact same as it weighed last time, so it hasn't lost any weight. I don't really pull for this palette that much, if we're being honest, so that's not super surprising to me. Next, I have the L'Oreal Color Riche Quad, and this weighs 34 grams, which is how much it weighed last time. This is where I was last month, and this is where I am today. So I'm working on this shade. There is a really large dip in the shade, but no pan. I have it on as my crease shade today. It's weird because this shade is pretty much a crappier version of the Makeup Forever shade. So if I want this kind of look, I'm gonna go for the Makeup Forever one. I have decided, just so you know, that next time I do this challenge, I'm trying to figure out how to verbalize this. If I get 2 items that are pretty much the exact same, I'm not gonna use both of them. So like, I don't mean they're both eyeshadows, but these are both eyeshadows that are the exact same color. So next time, if I were to draw this one I drew later, I would just redraw, because I have so much in. It's almost impossible to make progress on 2 items when they're the same thing. So there's that, but you know, we're living and learning, so that's fine. The next item I have is from my Polish Choice Blush It On palette. This weighs 77 grams, which is the same as last time. So this is where I was last time, and this is where I am today. I would say we've maybe got a little more progress. Maybe. It seems a little closer to the pan. Not a ton. I have this blush on today, and I do really like it. I feel like I'm getting close. I don't like repressing my product, so I'm not going to do that. I think I'll probably use up the Tarte shade before I use this up, but again, I'm working on it. Next, we have the Kat Von D Esperanza palette, and this palette actually lost a gram of weight, so it went from 113 grams to 112 grams. And I have the shade Dog Roses, which is, this is how we were last time. This is where we are today. And as you can tell, we have hit pan on this shade, which is really exciting. So, I actually drew this palette one day as my weekly product pan, or 1 week as my weekly product pan this month. So that's probably one of the reasons why I got so much use out of all of the shades. But again, I did hit pan. This is what I have on my inner corner today. Really pleased by these results. So progress there. For the Geek Chic Cosmetics Awesome Mix Pigment, this weighs 7 grams. It weighed 7 grams last time. I have it on as a liner today. That's really the only way I like to use it, because when you blend it out, it gets really, the glitter gets really patchy, and I don't like the way it looks. So, but as a liner, it works nicely. So yeah, I am working on this. Again, it still weighs 7 grams. It is kind of harder to use because it is this like little pigment as opposed to something in a palette, but we're working on it. Next I have the Tarte Cosmetics Tarteist Pro palette. This palette actually gained a gram, which happens, you know. So I'm working on the shade Edgy. So this is where I was last time. This is where I am today. This palette is super hard to film because it's so metallic, but hopefully you can tell. I think I have increased that pan just a little bit. I use this shade in my brows a lot, even though it's a little warm for my preference, but it does work. So there we go. I'm working on that shade. I think I'll have a long way to go, because even though these are only a gram each, it's not going as fast as I thought it would, but that's okay. Next I have the Urban Decay Smoked palette, and for this I have the shade Freestyle, which is another transition shade really similar to the Getaway shade in my Tarte Magic Star palette, and I kind of decided I wanted to focus on the Magic Star. Again, next time I do this project, I will not have 2 items that are pretty much the exact same. But this is where I was last month. This is where I am today. So really not very much progress. I have it on today as a transition on my lower lash line. I've got Getaway as a transition on my upper lash line. But again, it's just not, I haven't been able to make progress on both of these, and I decided to focus on the Magic Star just because it's pressed a lot lighter, and I think I can use that up quicker. And lastly, we have the Stila Eyes Are the Window palette, and I have the shade Emerald. So this is where I was last month. This is where I am this month. I would say that I've probably grown that pan just a little bit. I do use this as a liner for that's dark blue, or as a outer corner shade. I like it better as a liner because it can get a little patchy in the outer corner, but it does work. And yeah, there we go. So those are the 10 items I am working on that I've randomly drawn out of my collection. Making progress. I still really like this. I'm not making as quick a progress as I know some of y'all might like, but I try not to be wasteful with my makeup, and I'm just kind of tootling along and having a good time with it. I'm hoping maybe by next month or the month after I can have this Magic Star shade gone, and then we'll be drawing a whole new project, you know, 10 new items, which would be really exciting because I have been working on a lot of these items for so long. I'm kind of ready to refresh it, but we'll just keep going and see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.